Bitcoin has big size transactions and a lot of users, which is why it's the most valuable. ETH has smaller size, but lots of users. And it all flows from that.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Raoul Pal, a financial expert, dives into why you shouldn't panic as the crypto bull run continues. He'll break down market trends, key insights, and what's next. Let's watch and learn.
My view is Ethereum have overbuilt block space for current demand. So we've had layer 2s, we've cheapened the layer 1, so it's not accruing so much. Now, let's go to a forward for a world where 3 billion people are using blockchain and EVM's capturing a large share, right? It's now scaling massively because of layer 2s.
Yeah.
It's then generating enough income on the layer 1 that you're generating revenues across. We're just not there yet. So we can argue all day about the technicalities of what Vitalik and the Ethereum Foundation are doing. The reality is they're building something that's going to be massively scalable in due course, and differently so than some of the others like Solana. So while it feels that ETH is struggling, it's non-performant, it's not great, my guess is by the time the financial system steps in and starts building and they start using layer 2s to build and we start accruing value in the layer 1s using these reduced gas fees but much higher volumes because they're coming through from the layer 2s, I think it'll all work out fine. The US has trillions upon trillions of debt to roll over, as do the Chinese, as do the Japanese, as do the Europeans, as do the British, as do the Canadians. And they're going to have to bring rates lower and increase liquidity to do it.
Right.
And everybody knows liquidity is actually the largest driver of asset prices. So if we have a government shutdown, we will use what's known as the Treasury General Account, which is the US government checking account, and we will drain that. Now there's $800 billion in that, so that's plenty of liquidity to start with. And then if they run out of that, there's plenty of other forms of liquidity. So I think that over time, yes, Elon is trying to stall payments. They've laid people off, they put people on freezes, all of this stuff. So you'll have less deficit spending. Okay, great. But we still have all the existing debt to roll. Sure. So what we have to do is roll that. So liquidity has to come. So it's a good thing to do what they're trying to do. We can argue all day whether they're doing it the right way and to the right things and whatever. Yeah. But generally speaking, to be braver in how you lower government spending when you've got this much debt is an intelligent thing to do. I don't believe there's a debt crisis that comes. I just believe it just gets monetized. And so as opposed to a whole debt blow up where everything goes down 90%, we go from a debasement of money of 8% a year to a debasement of 12 or 14% a year. And that's pretty ugly.
Bitcoin's bull market appears strong even in the face of a potential 30% dip in price, with analysts suggesting that a fall to around $77,000 would not trigger a bear market in 2025. CryptoQuint CEO Kai-Yun Ju remains confident in the ongoing uptrend, noting that such a dip fits within historical norms and investor behavior. While Bitcoin has experienced some sideways trading recently, there is little reason to worry about a dramatic reversal. Instead, the current price action reflects a healthy range that could support further upward momentum. Key pointed out that several key cost basis levels for investors have already been established. U.S. spot Bitcoin ETF investors hold positions with a cost basis near $89,000, and many large holders share similar levels. Even if the price falls to $77,000, it would still remain above previous cycle highs, providing a solid foundation for future gains. Historical data suggests that only a drop below levels like $59,000 or $57,000 would signal a genuine bear market, as observed in past downturns. Such support levels offer reassurance and maintain confidence even during market corrections. Positive seasonal trends further boost the outlook, with the last quarter traditionally marking stronger performance. With more potential upside ahead and a robust investor base, Bitcoin's bull cycle is expected to continue despite temporary setbacks. a dip to $77,000 is viewed as a natural retracement rather than a sign of collapse, allowing the market to consolidate before the next surge upward. Unwavering optimism continues to drive Bitcoin's resilience.
Go back to meme coins 9 months ago, you could make some money. They would go from a low market cap and then maybe they go to $1 billion. And people had a real chance. And then more and more issuance came and more kind of insiders were part of it. And it just became this endless slew of new issuance, of which the people would get out after day 5 and then day 3 and then day 2 and then hour 5 and then hour 2 and then hour 1 and then 30 seconds after launch. So they've got faster and faster and faster and faster and more of them, that what we've done is erode all the opportunity out of the whole thing. And maybe that's the good thing. Maybe we've actually finally reached the bottom of this. And some memes will survive, because memes survive all of humanity. So Doge has lasted since 2013. Right. Some stuff will survive, but I think what we've done is hyperscaled this cycle, destroyed all of the excess gains that were possible, and that's hopefully the end of a lot of this. Real-world assets outside of stablecoins tend to be larger single transactions. You know, if you're going to take a slice of a bond, you know, or credit or something like that, it tends to be you stick in $100 million because you're a financial institution, and you don't do any more than that. So it's a high value, but only one or a few nodes in the network are using it. So yes, they're good, but they're not everything. So they add value. Gaming, on the other hand, much smaller values, gigantic volume size. So there is a balance between all of this. Now, over time, you know, we will see the entire financial system go onto blockchain rails anyway. So it's not just the tokenization of real-world assets, more so the hyper-efficiency of putting equities, all bonds, everything on chain as an instant settlement system, proof of ownership, custody. You get rid of so many middlemen. So that's coming, and those markets are trillions upon trillions of dollars. So yeah, it is important. Gaming's important from another perspective, because that's one of the large communities of Web 2, social media being one, gaming being another, music being another, sports being another, that will eventually migrate across to this world. And all of those come with like 1 billion users plus. Yeah. I mean, like, you know, a big game can have 1 billion users. A big pop star has 1 billion fans. A big sports team has 1 billion fans. So these are very big things. You know, they're very well positioned in real world assets. They've been working on this for a long time. But we've already seen Solana do some. ETH will obviously do a lot because it's kind of the proven one here. We know that Sui has been working with Franklin Templeton. So I think it'll get spread across. I actually think the real world asset majority will be in the EVM system, just because you don't get fired for it. You know, you're not taking a risk. It's like having Microsoft go into any bank, any asset management firm. It's all Microsoft and not Apple. And the reason being, that's the easy decision to make. So Avalanche, I think, will continue to do this. They've got the other side of it as well, because they've got gaming as well. So they had the off-the-grid game, which is huge, which I think is very important.
Michael Saylor, the executive chairman of Strategy, recently confirmed that the company did not add any Bitcoin to its holdings last week. This pause in purchasing comes after the company made headlines on February 10 when it announced its first Bitcoin purchase following a major rebranding effort. At that time, Strategy secured an additional 7,633 Bitcoin after pausing its impressive 12-week buying streak. Although the recent halt may seem unexpected, it highlights a strategic shift as the company evaluates market conditions and its investment approach. Strategy's current Bitcoin reserve stands at 478,740 coins, bought at an average price of $65,033 each. This substantial holding underscores the company's long-term commitment to the cryptocurrency. While the decision to pause buying may have raised questions, it appears to be part of a broader strategy as the market experiences fluctuations. Shares of Strategy have remained flat in pre-market trading, even after a decline of more than 13% over the past month. Meanwhile, Bitcoin continues to trade at approximately $96,231, reflecting the volatile yet resilient nature of the digital asset. The move to stop purchases for now could signal a thoughtful reevaluation in response to shifting market dynamics and a focus on consolidating existing assets. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.